Hello and welcome to Dott TV Midday News. I am Chiamaka Ezapota. As part of effort to position Delta State as a preferred investment destination, are in top gear ahead of the Delta State Economic and Investment Summit aimed at attracting both local and foreign investors. The 3 to 5 this showcase the state's vast economic potential across key sectors.
Addressing journalists during a press briefing in Asaba, the secretary to the state government, Kingsley Emo, said the three-day summit slated for August 3rd to 5th will serve as a platform to him. The summit will spotlight critical sectors including agriculture, livestock, solid minerals, and the blue economy, with the aim of attracting investment capable of driving sustainable economic.
6-7 thematic areas show agribusiness and livestock. That's one level. We're looking at solid mineral and mining. We're looking at the energy ecosystem. We're looking at the digital economy and innovation. We're looking at the blue economy. So these are critical subsectors in an area that we believe that we're selling to the world.
Dr. Emu noted that the state government is continuing to ease to commercial centers, as well as the development of the Delta State Free Trade Zone, which has already attracted private sector investments. He disclosed that investors from China, Brazil, and different parts of Nigeria have indicated interest in participating in the summit, expressing confidence in the Delta State's investment potential.
Government itself has also done a whole lot to ease transportation by physical infrastructure, establishing physical infrastructure. This government in the last 3 years has done over 2,300 kilometers length of road, and then 1,750 kilometer width of those roads. Some ongoing, some completed, and they are also connecting. We are going to have over 25 Brazilian businesses, and Apex, just like their Apex investment body that controls the Brazilian businesses and finances them, they are also going to be on ground. And that demonstrates the level of collaboration that and engagement that we have done prior to this time.
The SSG added that key ministries including trade and investment, oil and gas, and aviation, among others, will participate in the summit to showcase sector-specific opportunities and facilitate discussions with prospective investors.
So our local partners will populate the D rooms with local partners who are subject matter specialists and practitioners in that area. That's the first thing that you're going to see. So you're going to see that run on the first day. On the second day, you are going to see panel discussions. You are going to have panel discussions in these 6 thematic areas. You are going to have the agribusiness and livestock panel, which comprises about 6 people. And then you are going to have people who are going to be talking to specific issues. We have people who talk to our strengths, which is oil palm, cassava, rice, vegetables.
The Delta State Economic and Investment Summit is expected to provide a platform for partnerships that will stimulate economic diversifications, create employment opportunities, and further strengthen the state's positions as an emerging investment hub. Reporting from Asaba, Priscilla Ifani, Dott TV News.
Delta State Governor Sheriff Oborewori has consistently maintained that sustainable development cannot be achieved without prioritizing women. In line with this vision, his administration has continued to promote programs aimed at strengthening female entrepreneurship and increasing women's participation in leadership across sectors. At the Ministry of Information in Asaba, Commissioner Charles Aniago reiterated the governor's position during a familiarization visit by the Nigerian for Women Program Scale-Up team, led by the state project coordinator Abigail Okonkwo.
The Nigerian for Women Program is a flagship initiative by the federal government of Nigeria, implemented in partnership with the Delta State government and support with the World Bank. And the program is designed to improve the livelihood and economic empowerment of inclusion, building the entrepreneurial and leadership capacities, and creating opportunities for improved income and social empowerment and development.
Do you also produce this for the women? Yes. Aniago also received the management of Command Secondary School, Mbiri, led by the commandant, Lieutenant Colonel Mortala Mohammed, during the visit. He reaffirmed the state government's commitment to providing a conducive learning environment for students across Delta State. The commissioner also paid tribute to the Nigerian military for its unwavering efforts in maintaining peace and security across the state.
Command Secondary School Imbri was established exactly 21 years ago to cater for the educational need of military personnel children as well as civilian populace within our area of responsibility. So it may interest you to know that about 70% of our students are all civilian children from Delta State and environs. So it's only 30% who is yours equally, sir.
In areas where there is so much decadence, like we have in our society today, schools like yours comes handy. Discipline that is associated with the military. And let me also, through you, commend other military personnel who have also been able to hold sway in ensuring that we sleep with our both eyes closed in this part of the country. And then for those who are also battling in some of the hitherto unmanned bushes and forests, we want to also commend their efforts. It is easy for people to blame the security agencies once there is a particular act that is not good enough, but they don't also know the many other acts that are prevented.
Also on a courtesy visit was the Delta State chapter of the Advertising Regulatory Council of Nigeria, led by their head, Delta State Ikechukwu Obu. Emeka Okonkwo reporting for Dott TV News.
Our next report extrails the Delta State government free healthcare program for pregnant women and children below 5 years under the state's health insurance program, with focus on its impact, coverage level, and sustainability.
The free maternity care program was introduced to improve maternal and child health by ensuring that pregnant women have access to essential healthcare services before, during, and after childbirth. Many expectant mothers describe the initiatives as a welcome relief, saying it has significantly reduced the cost of antenatal care, delivery, and other maternity-related services.
I've got good experiences. They teach us well. They encourage us. That's why I always come here. They have been nice to us. They are good nurses. I've not had any encounter, any challenges that will make me to stop coming here.
That longer waiting times and overcrowding are becoming common in some hospitals. Some residents also pointed out that the program is open to both Delta State indigents and non-indigents, with residents from other states also eligible to benefit from the system.
Yes, in as much as you are living in Delta State, whether you are from Taraba, you are from Patani, any state, you are from Edo, living in Delta State and you are pregnant, you happen to register here, it's free for you.
Healthcare workers acknowledged the importance of the program, but noted that the growing number of patients may require additional medical personnel, more hospital beds, improved equipment, and a steady supply of essential drugs to sustain quality healthcare delivery. Despite these challenges, many residents commended the Delta State government for its investment in maternal health care and called for continuous improvements to ensure the program remains effective and sustainable.
In my unit, the challenges I'm having is the influx of patients coming in are much, no personnel, as no manpower to handle it. If students are not posted here to assist, the day they will not be here, we find it difficult to achieve our aim that day. So I would like the government to put more effort to recruit more manpower. In local government level,
Patients will be so many that there's not enough space for them to sit. Some will be standing outside there. So we need a permanent canopy, both at the back and in the front. Then another one, we have a mini lab here, and we have lab scientists. So we need the lab to be well equipped because these are scientists and they are ready to work. So if the lab can be equipped up to at least to a reasonable standard for them to really give out what they have gone to school.
The free maternity care program has brought hope and relief to many families across Delta State. As patronage continues to grow, residents believe that expanding healthcare facilities, strengthening the workforce, and providing clear information on eligibility will help ensure the program continues to deliver quality maternal healthcare. Reporting from Asaba, Cynthia Adanaya.
Let's talk security now. The Delta State Police Command says it has arrested 22 suspects and rescued 2 minors during an intelligence-led operation in drug dens across Ozoro and Abraka. A statement by the police spokesman, Bright Edafe, said the operation carried out on July 21 led to the arrest of 19 males and 3 females for offenses relating to the sale, possession, and distribution of illicit drugs. During the operation, operatives also rescued 2 minors who were found in a suspected drug den allegedly operated by their father. Idafe said the children, now in police custody, will be handed over to the Delta State Ministry of Women Affairs for appropriate care and safeguarding, while investigations into the activities of the suspect are ongoing. The Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, ICPC, has identified the Nigeria Police Force and 5 federal ministries and agencies as having the highest number of suspected fake workers uncovered during its payroll verification exercise. ICPC Chairman Musa Adamu Aliyu disclosed the findings while speaking on the Commission's investigation into payroll fraud across federal government institutions. The Commission said it discovered suspected 908 ghost workers in at least 50 ministries, departments and agencies, recovering about 942 million naira allegedly paid as fraudulent salaries. According to the ICPC, ghost workers are fictitious names inserted into government payrolls to receive salaries fraudulently. Meanwhile, the investigation into the controversial Presidential Foreign Intervention Promotion Council intensified on Wednesday as the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission commenced interrogation of the alleged founder of the disputed agency, Adeniyi Adeyemi, inside police detention. Adeyemi's questioning is coming after an earlier attempt by the anti-graft agency to interview him was stalled when his new lawyer failed to appear at the Nigeria Police Force National Cybercrime Center where the suspect was being held. The controversy surrounding the matter widened with the House of Representatives set to question top government officials, including the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, George Akume, National Security Advisor, Nuhu Aribadu, Attorney General of the Federation, Lateef Fabemi, Inspector General of Police, Olatunji Disu, and Accountant General of the Federation, Shamseldin Ogunjimi, over the Council's appearance in the 2026 budget and its alleged access to government facilities. And the Federal Government Court in, and the Federal High Court in Lagos has fixed July 24 to rule on an application by the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency and the LEA seeking permission to destroy a clandestine methamphetamine laboratory uncovered in a remote forest in Ogun State. Justice Musa Kakaki fixed the date after a special court sitting held on Wednesday at the lab facility in Mowe Village. The NDLEA arraigned 3 Mexican nationals and 7 Nigerians on an 11-count charge bordering on the alleged establishment and operation of the clandestine laboratory. According to the NDLEA, 8 operatives discovered the laboratory with equipment and chemicals allegedly used to produce 2,419.48 kilograms of methamphetamine with an estimated street value of more than 480 billion naira. In the meantime, the House of Representatives has stepped down a bill seeking to ban the production, importation, distribution, and sale of unbranded and unfortified edible oils in Nigeria. The decision followed a debate on the bill's second reading, with lawmakers questioning the need for a new law when existing regulatory agencies already have the mandate to regulate food quality and safety. The sponsor of the bill, Chike Okafor, said the proposed legislation was aimed at protecting Nigerians from the health risk associated with consuming unbranded and unfortified edible oils. However, several lawmakers argued that NAFDAC and the Standards Organization of Nigeria already have the legal powers to regulate edible oils, while others warned that the bill could negatively affect small-scale local palm oil producers. Following the debate, the House stepped down the bill for further legislative consideration. Still ahead on the midday news, U.S. President Donald Trump hails President Bola Tinubu over anti-terror war in Nigeria. Plus foreign and sports stories are coming up after this timeout. Please stay with us.
In the heart of Asaba, where the street tells the stories every single day.
From the corridors of powers to the decisions shaping governance and politics in Delta and Nigeria.
From traders counting every naira to families battling rising costs and uncertain times.
From football pitches to sporting successes to the major developments making the headlines all over the world.
And from the untold human stories, the struggles, victories, resilience, and hope of the everyday Nigerians.
This is the news beyond the headlines. Dott TV News are your trusted window to stories that truly matter to the people. Here, we don't just report events, we tell the human stories behind them.
Thanks for still being there. Now to the rest of our stories. The presidency on Wednesday said the United States President Donald Trump has written personally to President Bola Tinubu to commend what he termed his decisive leadership on behalf of the Nigerian people. According to a statement signed by Tinubu's special advisor on information and strategy, Bayo Ononuga, Trump also disclosed in the letter that he had deployed U.S. Special Operations Forces, including Navy SEAL Team 6, to train and support Nigeria's military in the fight against terrorism. The letter dated July 6, 2026, publicly reviews for the first time Trump's direct attribution of the deepening U.S. military presence in Nigeria to what he described last October as the need to protect communities of faith, particularly Christian minorities, from jihadist violence. Let's tell you now that Imo State Governor and Chairman of the Southeast Governors Forum, Hope Uzodinma is saying that the 5 governors of the Southeast have resolved to support President Bola Tinubu's re-election in 2027, citing what he described as the president's unprecedented commitment to the development of the region through landmark infrastructure and economic initiatives. Uzodinma said the governors had reviewed the performance of the Tinubu administration as it relates to the development of the Southeast and unanimously agreed that the region would continue to identify with the president and the renewed hope agenda because of the tangible dividends already delivered. Speaking during a meeting with the Imo State Elders Council and traditional rulers in Owerri, the governor said the Southeast could no longer be swayed by political rhetoric when evidence of federal intervention across the zone was visible. Similarly, River State Governor Siminalayi Fubara has declared his support for the Rainbow Coalition, a political movement that comprises members of different political parties in River State, led by the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike. Governor Fubara made the declaration during the groundbreaking ceremony for the reconstruction and equipping of Riven Medical Facility, a public-private sector-driven pharmaceutical factory in the state. He affirmed President Bola Tinubu as his preferred presidential candidate and Kingsley China as the preferred governorship candidate, urging his supporters to back all candidates on the coalition's platform in the 2027 elections. And in Ondo, the crisis rocking the State House of Assembly remains unresolved as the majority of lawmakers have issued a Sunday ultimatum to the Speaker, Olamide Oladiji, to resign from office or face impeachment. 21 of the 26 members of the House have signed an impeachment notice against the Speaker over alleged financial misconduct. The Speaker was accused of diverting 44 million naira from funds allocated for the reordering of the budget of the Ondo State Oil Producing Areas Development Commission. Chairman of the House Committee on Information, Olatunji Fabiyi, said the lawmakers had given the Speaker a few more days to resign. Failing, he would be removed at the next plenary sitting. Now for news on the international scene, let's join Ife Arono.
The US and Saudi Arabia have signed a landmark deal that will reportedly allow the Gulf Kingdom to develop a civilian nuclear program. According to the U.S. Energy Department, the deal is a peaceful nuclear cooperation agreement that will provide great access for American companies in the Saudi nuclear energy program. Text from the deal was not made public, but U.S. media have reported that it could allow Saudi Arabia to enrich uranium in the future, which can be used as fuel for power plants but also to make nuclear bombs. Experts say that would mark a first for the U.S. and could run the risk of future nuclear proliferation in an already unstable region. The Saudi government also released a statement saying the deal represents an extension of existing cooperation between the two countries in the energy sector and noted that it comes after the Saudi leader visited Washington last November. The announcement comes as fighting escalates between the U.S. and Iran. Meanwhile, Yemen's Houthis say they have attacked 2 Saudi oil tankers in the Red Sea as the U.S. launched its 12th consecutive night of strikes on Iran. Iranian state media said 2 people had been killed in the U.S. strikes on Wednesday, and a tanker caught fire in an explosion in a mined road in the Strait of Hormuz. Ahead of the latest round of strikes, U.S. President Donald Trump had threatened to destroy an Iranian bridge or power plant if Iran attacked a ship in the strait and to take care of the Houthis if they blocked the Red Sea. If confirmed, the Houthi attack would be the first since the Iran-backed group announced a maritime embargo against Saudi Arabia. The Houthis named the tankers as the Encilia and Layla, though their responsibility has not been confirmed. Away from the war, It was a normal day for 6th grade student Noor Janat Yusha when suddenly a Bangladeshi Air Force jet crashed into her school in the capital Dhaka, killing 36 people, most of them children. Within minutes, Milestone School and College, a private institution buzzing with student activity, was transformed into a scene of chaos and raging flames. It was the deadliest aviation disaster the country had seen in decades. Earlier this week, families and survivors gathered to mark 1 year since the incident, many of them students who say they are struggling to return to normal life, Yusha among them. Yusha was one of more than 160 people who were injured in the crash at Milestone School, and among those at the memorial held at a hospital in Dhaka on Tuesday, where the families of some victims say they are still waiting for answers about the deadly crash. And finally, the BBC is reporting that a police officer who took his own life in May was a violent rapist who carried out a spate of sexual attacks and attempted murders of women over at least 14 years. PC Alan Greer's first known victim was a woman he raped in her home in Glasgow in 2012 after she had called the police to report being the victim of a crime. The woman reported the sex attack by Greer late last year, sparking one of Police Scotland's biggest ever anti-corruption inquiries. Detectives have so far uncovered a further 8 victims, 5 of whom were sex workers, attacked while Greer was off duty. It has emerged that Greer used hundreds of prostitutes throughout his police career, and it is anticipated more victims of his violence will be identified. Assistant Chief Constable Lynn Ratcliffe, Gold Commander for the investigation, said what the inquiry had found was truly shocking. I am Ife Arono, Dott TV News.
News with Anthony Uche.
Celtic coach Martin O'Neill has cleared the air on the abrupt end of the partnership between the club and Nigerian forward Kelechi Iheanacho, stating that despite the willingness of both parties, the financial aspect has made it impossible for a deal to be reached. Iheanacho joined the Glasgow Giants as a free agent last season, playing a key role in wrestling the title of Hearts and scoring 5 goals from 13 league appearances, as well as winning the Scottish Cup, but now looks set to join Bursaspor in the 2nd division of Turkish football. Iheanacho's departure leaves Celtic in a difficult position in the attacking department as main striker and top scorer from last season, Taize Maeda, is also set for a Premier League move. Still on Nigerian players, Serie A returnees Venezia have completed the signing of Nigerian striker Ako Adams, making him the most expensive signing in the club's 118-year history. The Italian club paid €16.8 million for the Nigerian striker and will pay a further €7 million in add-ons to Sevilla, for whom Ako Adams played a key role in ensuring La Liga survival with 10 goals last season, the highest for the Andalusian outfit. The Super Eagles forward signed a 4-year deal, keeping him at the Lagoon Club till the summer of 2030. On the continent, the Confederation of African Football, CAF, has increased the winner's prize just days before the 2026 WAFCON in Morocco, where 16 teams will compete in an expanded tournament for the first time in the competition's history. This is the second time of doing so in a year, and the overall prize fund has been increased by 67% from $3.475 million to $5.8 million. Each of the 16 participating teams will receive $150,000 in participation funding, an increase of $25,000 from the previous $125,000 received. Finally, FIFA has unveiled its official FIFA World Cup 2026 team of the tournament selected by fans, with newly crowned champions Spain and France dominating the 11 with 3 players apiece. Spain's title-winning campaign and the trio of Marc Correa and the runners-up in the team, while Golden Boot winner Kylian Mbappe, winger Michael Olise and centre-back Dario Upamecano were selected from the French team. England midfielder Jude Bellingham, Norway striker Erling Haaland and Cape Verde goalkeeper Vozinha complete the 11-man team. From the sports desk, Anthony Uche is reporting for Dott TV News.
And that's a wrap on the midday news on Dott TV. Thank you for joining us. I am Chiamaka Ezapota.